stair stepper.
Yeah, you are going to spend a long time on the stair stepper. We've got Chef Bud here. She can't talk because her mouth is full. With some great Halloween treats that look so good that we're all going to be eating here in a minute.
So good.
Well, yes. And
well said, Chef. I'm not going to argue with it.
If you'll notice, as soon as Steve Myers came, now I'm here like twice a week.
Twice a week.
Well, this guy just wants to eat.
We're going to talk about this later.
I'm upset, evidently.
These are really good ideas because rather than just concentrate on making sweet food, we did something. You could do this. You could take care of your kids for the whole night with this little thing.
Oh, very good.
First thing we do is we're going to make these very creative pigs in the blanket.
They look like little mummies.
But they're mummies, you see.
How precious.
And what we did was we took, this is just like or breadsticks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get in the store, pull it out, split them. There's two pieces.
It's like crescent roll?
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, but get the Italian or the breadstick. It works better.
Okay.
Then you're just going to cut it. Baking, obviously, your wraps.
Like a bandage?
Right. And then just take your little mummy. And as I did these, the only thing that kept coming to my mind was, I don't know if they're a sponsor here, but Wiener Schnitzel, because it looks like the little Wiener Schnitzel guy running across the parking lot, wrapped in bandage. Now, here's the funny thing. I tried to do the first ones really perfect. That's not the object of this.
Yeah.
Right.
You just want to wrap it, just like a mummy.
Okay.
So if you got pieces
So even
of
I can do it.
Maybe.
You know, Meredith? No.
You
When
ever
I was
seen a
doing
kitchen?
this, when I was doing this, I thought Meredith could do this.
Thank you.
So,
Well,
anyways,
that's taking out for her.
I dust my stove every week. Thank
you're
you
going
very
to,
much.
you're going to, let me see if I can get the camera here. Oh, he's over there. You can take and just wrap them, and then you stick them in the oven about 350 or whatever. And if you leave a little spot here,
For the face.
you can put a couple dots on there with mustard, give them a little eye.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right? Yeah. There you go.
Pretty impressed, huh? Okay.
Super.
I think it's really cool
I
because
do.
it's very cool. It's a little bit different.
So
Now,
how, we bake them in the oven? How
yeah,
long?
350, about 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is this is your
What?
meal for your kids before they go out. See?
Oh.
And then I'm gonna put
Eating
this
the
over here so I
bones.
don't cut anybody. And then this is really cool. I took the crooked or twisted elbow macaroni, and you could get some that's a little bit further out, so it's kind of like crazy mac. And then I used some Velveeta jalapeno cheese, and so just melted that down, made a little bit of macaroni and cheese, and put it on the plate there with the mummies. Put them around there, it's perfect like that. And then this is a little sweet treat for them at the end.
That's brilliant.
If you'll take, I don't know, it's brilliant. You'll take
I think so.
the skinny pretzels.
Okay.
Get you some of the Jet Puff marshmallows. Get the small ones, and you want to poke them on the. There you go. You want to poke them on the
little
flat
barbells.
side.
Okay.
Well, no, that's the thing. You want it on the flat side, not on the round side. Round side makes it look like a barbell.
Right.
This makes it look like a joint. You see.
You eat it.
and then you take it.
You
take
started
it and almond bark, or you could use white chocolate and melt it down, and then just dip them in there, and you get yourself a pile of bones here.
It's so easy.
They look like bones, too. Well,
What's that?
Okay, thank you. I
They
guess
did
I'll
eat that.
I'll taste
that
that.
on there. Hey, here's the deal. You can do a lot of stuff. Your kids are going to get a lot of candy, that sort of thing. I really like this idea as kind of like a little meal before they go out.
They're cute.
Whether it's cold, you know, I'm a Nebraska kid, so Halloween was always very cold. In fact, they called it off one year.
They called off Halloween in
It was
Nebraska?
so icy, yeah.
Wrong.
But
That's why you moved to Texas.
it is. 'Cause I knew they would never call it off. But one of the things is you can make a big bowl of this or a big pot of this and make the little hot dog mummies, and they'll be set. I love the hot dog mummies. I think they came out really, really well.
And the kids are going to go out and stuff their guts with candy all night.
Exactly.
This is not an unhealthy treat.
Well,
this is something you
kinda.
would feed. Well, you'd feed your kid this any night of the
Sure,
week.
sure. And you know, here's the key. I agree with that, but even more importantly, they'll eat this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's cute and it's fun.
And you may want, I mean, if you, like, I know a lot of little kids, the jalapeno cheese would be a little much, but, like for Steve.
But it's all about the parents. You know, we got to feed them too.
But you got to have something to eat while you're waiting for them to go or whatever the case may be.
And you can get the kids involved wrapping the hot dogs, which they love.
That and this. This
Yeah.
is a great thing for kids to do. Oh, and I would be remiss to say, not to say thank you to Mrs. Chef Bud, because my sweet wife, she dipped the crud out of these last night for me. Because my oldest daughter was home from North Carolina, and so we were trying to get her off on our way. But I appreciate it, honey.
So earlier, we have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
We were talking about some dating tips. You're, as you said, the lovely Mrs. Chef
That's
Bud.
actually her name, Mrs. Chef Bud.
Yeah.
So, any tips?
Yes.
For the viewers?
I will tell you this real quick.
Okay.
When I started dating Miss Chef Bud, whose real name is Michelle, when I first started dating her, she we started going out and stuff, and we'd go over to each other's house, and she never cooked.
Well, why would she?
Well, no, and I didn't understand it. And
I would never
I let it
cook
go
my
for a
day-to-day.
while.
Yeah.
I let it go for a while.
Yeah.
I was at the country clubs, and I finally looked at her and I go, "Can you not cook?" And she said, "I'm not cooking nothing for you." And I said, "Listen, hamburger helper, anything other than I don't have to do, I'm in with." So
Oh, okay.
Good.
dinner at home, I think is the best. So anyways.
I like guys that don't, like girls that can't cook.
I bet you do.
That's why you and I get along so well.
Right? It
That's
makes
really
sense.
hope.
Right back. Thanks, Chef.
You bet.